All
All
right,
right.
all right, all right, all right. So, hi everyone. Welcome again. Welcome to the Life and Health Show. And I just want to say that are you concerned? Are you definitely concerned? I think people should be. But the question is, are you really concerned about your kidneys, about your kidney health? And are you looking for natural ways to support your kidneys? Well, you have come to the right place. Today, we are diving into the top five essential vitamins that can transform your kidney health. So, join us, grab a chair, grab something good to eat, grab something healthy, and let us go through these things together. All right? All right. You want to say?
Yeah. So join us, as my husband have already said. Join us to unveil the secrets of healing your kidneys naturally, preventing disease, and maintaining optimal function. So as we are talking today, we will try to explore each vitamins. As our topic says, are five essential vitamins that will lead to healthy kidney. So we will delve into each vitamins and how that can help in making like unique benefits and how they can help to achieve better health. So trust us, you don't want to miss this vital information that could change your life. So stay tuned because this is an episode that we will really delve into the details and the use of vitamins in this today's discussion.
Definitely. All right. So, with that being said, we are ready to roll. And as we always do on our shows, we try to make sure we are organized, right? And so we have certain things that we want to run with. So we are going to go through some slides and make sure my slide is working. So this is, I think, this is going to be our first slide here. If you are watching this on YouTube, you can see our slides. Unfortunately, if you are watching on TikTok, you won't see it. So make sure that after this show, you join us or, subscribe to our channel, the same name you have on TikTok, on YouTube, so you can see the full benefit of the show. We're talking about kidney health today. So um, the first thing I think we are going to be talking about um, on the channel, we have an outline today for the show. And if you are looking at the slides, you can tell that first thing we're going to talk about, it's uh, maybe just a quick kidney, review, kidney disease review. We're going to talk about. We can't just talk about vitamins for kidneys when you don't even know what the benefits of, what we're actually trying to prevent. So we're going to just hit a little bit on the review on kidney diseases, and then
Then we will talk about types and impact.
types of kidney diseases that we probably don't even know about. But again, we're not going to spend too much time, so you can still hang around. And then from there, we're going to talk about the top five vitamins for kidneys, which is the major aspect of the show. Top five vitamins for kidney health. That's what we're going to dwell for the most part on the show. And then
Then we continue with general kidney health practices. What are the things that we can do practically so that we don't find ourselves in that situation?
definitely general kidney health practices. It's not just the vitamins, but we're also going to tell you some of the things you have to do, whether or not you like to take these vitamins to protect yourself, or whether or not you have kidney disease to protect yourself from getting sick. So that is that one. And then from there, we will definitely invite your comments. As a matter of fact, your comments can start rolling even before we finish. So that is what our show is going to be about. So we are, if you are watching from YouTube and potentially Facebook, your comments will come straight to us and we can put it on the chat for everybody to see. But for TikTok, we are not going to be able to see your comments yet. And so you will just have to enjoy it as we move forward. All right. So with that being said, I think we can go to the kidney review, a quick kidney review. And we start off.
Yeah, so kidney disease come in various forms, with chronic kidney disease being the most prevalent. So, chronic kidney disease is a long term condition where the kidneys gradually lose function over time. So it's often caused by diabetes, high blood pressure, and other underlying condition issues. So if you are diabetic and you have high blood pressure, you have to really pay attention to your kidneys. That's why sometimes the doctor may ask you to do blood work, do some ketone tests, other things that you have to do just so that they can monitor the levels and make sure that your kidneys are in a healthy state. So having diabetes and high blood pressure is something that can lead to kidney disease if it's not well controlled. So,
All right. So, she mentioned a lot of the diseases in terms of chronic kidney disease. But aside chronic kidney disease, there are acute kidney injury or acute kidney diseases also, where it could be from maybe a sudden decline in kidney function. All of a sudden, your kidneys, it's not doing the right thing. And for that, we have one type that we call glomerulonephritis, which is basically an inflammation of the kidneys filtering units. And with that, you have an issue right there. We also have one called polycystic kidney disease, PKD. And then we have other issues that come genetically that affect your kidneys. Even for people who have chronic or untreated UTIs, right? Especially in women. I've seen women whose kidneys are affected because they did not treat their urinary tract infection, and infections went up all the way to their kidneys. So that becomes an acute case of kidney injury where they have to be taken care of. So there are several ways that you can hurt your kidneys. But suffice to say that in this discussion, we are just going to talk about how to protect your kidneys from further damage if you ever had this damage going on, or if you have diabetes, like she said, or you have high blood pressure, or any other form, or whatever risk factors you may have. That way, at least you will protect the remaining functions that you have in your kidney and potentially even reverse some of the bad things that are already going on with your kidneys.
yeah, with the UTIs, I know that some women will have this problem frequently, like frequent UTIs. And instead of them following through with going to the doctor to get antibiotics, sometimes they will stay home and just treat just the pain. Like they use the bathroom, it hurts, they will take something over the counter to treat the pain and not really treating the infection. And sometimes, too, some people have access to antibiotics. They will just grab a few over the counter, one old
Prescription that was
prescription
left
that
behind,
was left behind. They will take one or two and forget about it. So they don't completely treat the UTI. So if you keep doing that, it may lead to kidney
chronic,
disease because you are not treating the UTI very well.
All right. So now let's hit on some of the statistics. That way we can actually know how rampant it is and the distribution and see what's going on. So with that, in the U.S., it is noted that let me just make sure that I got my figures right. In the U.S., we know that about 37 million people are estimated to have CKD, which is a chronic kidney disease. 37 million people, already have some issues going on with their kidneys. And that is actually not a fun thing to know. And with many cases which are even going undiagnosed, some of them don't even know that they have kidney issues. And until the disease is in the advanced stages where maybe they show up with some symptom, they will just be walking around not knowing that they have kidney issues. So that is how bad it is. And it's one of the silent epidemics in healthcare, basically, that is happening to a lot of people. Some people, some races are affected more, just as some diseases affect more people. Like if you have one group that has more hypertension or more diabetes, then obviously that group is potentially going to have more people with kidney issues. And so for the US, there's a huge distribution of people who also have it in different races and different ethnicities. But we don't want to go that far. So that is at least to let you know about 37 people have kidney disease going on. when we talk about in Africa
Yeah,
too?
and also apart from US, we also looked into African numbers, So in Africa, the burden of kidney disease is also substantial. Limited access to healthcare and resources means that many individuals are diagnosed late, often when the disease has already progressed. So estimates suggest that millions of Africans suffer from kidney disease, with high rates of hypertension and diabetes being major contributing factors.
My goodness, my goodness. That's the key. With high rates of diabetes and hypertension leading the way for kidney disease. So kidney disease is rampant everywhere. And we just brought numbers from US and Africa because that's where we are. And so it is the same can be said about other countries, other continents, I should say. There's going to be the issue of kidney issues all over the place, especially for its silent nature, coming along with another silent killer, which is what hypertension. Silent killer hypertension doing its job with a silent killer kidney disease. So they run hand in hand. So that is one thing that makes it so bad. So with that being said, I think we are on a roll. Now, if you are watching and you have any form of kidney issue or kidney disease and you want to share your your struggle or how you are eating, your vitamins you take and stuff on the show, or I mean, you can do that. That is how we all learn. Though we're going to give you more information, we also believe that if you have first-hand experience with the disease, that's even better. So if you are watching and you have anything to share, don't hesitate. Just share it on the live or whenever you watch it, and other people will see it and potentially get a lot of blessings from your sharing whatever it is you shared. All right. So with that being said, I think we can go to the beginning of the show proper, which is what are the top vitamins that we want to use to take care of kidney diseases. All right, so the first one, you want to take care of that?
Yes, so I think we are going into details, 5 major ones, right? So the first one that we want to talk about is vitamin D. Vitamin D. So vitamin D plays a crucial role in maintaining kidney health by regulating calcium and phosphorus levels. So vitamin D help regulate the absorption of calcium and phosphorus in the body, essential for bone health and proper kidney function.
Vitamin D is also known, as you guys already know, to support immune function, and kidneys will benefit for a top-notch immune function. If you have a good immune system, then you're going to protect your kidneys. So if you are good on vitamin D, then of course it's going to help boost your immune system, which eventually will prevent inflammation and the risk of infections that can affect your kidneys. So it may not be a direct touch to the kidneys, but the thing that vitamin D does, along with all the other things, mineral, phosphorus, calcium, and all those things that we know about bone, it's going to increase your immune function and thereby protect your kidneys from harm. And so vitamin D is pretty good for what it does. There's more, right?
Continue.
Yeah. So more on vitamin D is that vitamin D also helps prevent what we call secondary hyperparathyroidism. Oh, come on, man, that's a big word. Secondary hyperparathyroidism. That is good, and that the reason I brought that up. Oh, if you haven't subscribed, you probably should subscribe right now because that's what my slide just showed up. All right, if you haven't subscribed and you're watching on YouTube, please do us the honor. If you're watching wherever else, do us the follow button. And let's roll together. We got more info to share on our channel. And share also. Come on, man. My goodness. Share and like. And the thumbs up so that we roll together. But yeah, definitely vitamin D is something that we need to increase on because it helps prevent what we call hyperparathyroidism, which is another key or big word for saying that you have a complication with chronic kidney disease. That's all. You can just think about it as where the parathyroid glands become overactive due to low calcium levels. Because of your kidney not functioning well, you become hyperparathyroid. Your glands become hyper. Basically, your parathyroid or glands become hyper because of your inability to regulate the amount of levels of calcium in your body, and then your parathyroid glands become hyper. They work too much because calcium is not being used properly, just because your kidneys are not on point.
And you don't have enough vitamin D.
And you don't have enough vitamin D. That's the key. It's vitamin D that is not working right. That is why you cannot get all those calcium that you need, calcium absorption and phosphorus balance and all that. So definitely vitamin D is important to prevent or to help you manage your kidney function. So that is a big one that we definitely need to hit on. And there is more.
Yeah. So it improves the overall function. We're talking about vitamin D.
You're still
right?
on vitamin D.
So it improves the overall function of the kidneys by maintaining a balance of minerals and promoting healthy blood pressure levels. So you have to make sure that you have enough vitamin D in the system, in your body. So sources, where can we get vitamin D? And I think we've mentioned this before. We can get it from sunlight, especially around this time. The sun is out. You can step out. You can spend time outside. In so doing, you get vitamin D. And we've gone through the importance of having vitamin D. Emphasizing the point that vitamin D help regulate your kidneys function. So it's very important. It's not just because you need vitamin D. You need it for your kidneys to function very well. You can also get vitamin D from foods. Sometimes you buy food, you read the label, and you can see that we have added vitamin D. So we have fortified foods, meaning that the vitamin D has been added to whatever you are buying. Sometimes you buy calcium and you see that they've added vitamin D in that supplement.
Even though you're taking calcium, it's calcium
with vitamin D. Some foods come as fortified or added vitamin D.
Like fresh milk.
Like fresh milk. We have eggs that have vitamin D. We also have cereals. So eating those foods help you get vitamin D as a supplement.
And apart from that, apart from getting them from foods, especially if you have been found to have low levels of vitamin D, then you may need to supplement. And the only caveat I'm going to say is that before you take anything over the counter, make sure you at least you talk to your pharmacist right there. And then, if possible, also talk to your provider or your doctor who is taking care of you. Because people have taken stuff that they do not need and that became toxic to them. And so before you take anything over the counter, we encourage you, in fact, we advise you, this one is an advice, to talk to at least a professional. Sometimes you have a pharmacist right there on the marketing area where you can ask them. And then also ask your doctor when you see your doctor, hey, I've heard about vitamin D on the Dr. Oteng's show for kidney function. Should I take it? If your kidney function is on point, they may say, oh, you don't need it. Or you may say that, well, even if I don't need it, I need something. They will tell you how much then you should take. That way you know how much vitamin D to grab off the shelf. So the caveat is don't take anything without a professional advice. So that one, we're going to continue to say that you can get it over the counter. I'm not saying that just go and buy it. Make sure you talk to your doctor and make sure they know what you're taking before you take it. But definitely, apart from the fortified foods and the other food sources that Gifty mentioned, you can also supplement, especially if you're diagnosed as having low vitamin D. If your doctor does blood work and is really low, that one, they will definitely either write a prescription for a vitamin D or tell you go to the shelf and talk to your pharmacist and let them help you find this amount of vitamin D, and then you will take it. But for the rest of us who don't have any issues, I still encourage you to take vitamin D, but not until you talk to your doctor or a pharmacist to make sure that it is not too much for you. So I think that is what vitamin D can be said to be. I don't know if you have.
Yeah, and especially if women over 35, 40, that is very important that you talk to your doctor if you need it. Because if you are low in vitamin D, it affects the bones. Apart from the kidneys, it affects a lot of
Other things.
hormones in your body. So it's very important. If you're not sure, ask your doctor. Overall, if you are healthy, the doctor may ask you, if you are not eating a balanced diet, to just use minimal supplements, just low dose to supplement. But if it's really low, the doctor may give you a prescription that can go as high as 100,000 units if you are really low. So it come in ranges. It come very high up to very low dose. So depending on where you are, especially if you are over 40 and you are a woman, you have to really talk to your doctor and see if you need a supplement of vitamin D.
All right, my goodness. The other thing is, the other thing is, while I clap for that, the other thing I also want to share is that even in the colder month, for those of us who are in the temperate regions, when it starts getting cold and flu and COVID and stuff, COVID is starting to increase again.
Yeah.
You can start taking some amount of vitamin D, around 1,000 units, 2,000 units a day will be fine. But again, ask your doctor first, and then you can do that. But if you have renal issues or chronic kidney disease, you definitely should be on vitamin D, whether by prescription or by just an OTC recommendation, which your doctor would tell you about. So if they haven't, just ask them and see what they think about this recommendation. Right, so that's that for vitamin D for kidneys. My goodness. The next one is vitamin B1. Vitamin B1. We have a bunch of vitamin Bs, but we begin with the first one, which is the genesis, vitamin B1. Vitamin B1 is also called thiamine. And vitamin B1, some of the functions that vitamin B1 will help you get is it helps in converting nutrients into energy, essential for your kidneys' metabolic functions. So if you are supplementing or eating foods that have vitamin B1 in them, then you are getting energy for your kidneys' metabolic functions. That is one. The next one, you want to go for the next
Yeah,
one?
the next one, it also supports nervous system.
The nervous system.
Yeah, and it also reduces neuropathic risk in diabetic patients, thereby indirectly benefiting kidney health.
My goodness. So 2 points right there, neurological health, and then what I also said earlier. Now, the next one, in the interest of time, we have a bunch of vitamins. We're going to run a little bit. Is the next vitamin that we are also calling vitamin B2. So we have a bunch of B vitamins. We're going to run through them. But first one again is vitamin B1. The second one is vitamin B2, also called riboflavin. And vitamin B2 is acting as an antioxidant. And what it does is protect your kidney and the cells of your kidneys against oxidative damage. In short, against a lot of damages that can go on in your kidneys. It's as simple as that. It's an antioxidant which you need. And it also helps. You want to go?
Yeah, it also helps in breaking down proteins, fats, and carbohydrates, which is crucial for overall metabolic and kidney health.
My goodness. So that is vitamin B2 also for you. So energy production by B1 and B2 also helping with metabolism that we have mentioned.
And antioxidants.
And it's also an antioxidant, as we also said earlier on. We got another B vitamin. If you are watching and you're really critical about having a kidney function, don't hesitate to write these down. Or after the show, go back and look at them all, because you're going to be saying a lot of the B's and you don't take care, you may forget. So the other B vitamin is vitamin B6, which is also called pyridoxine. And vitamin B6 also helps in protein metabolism and is essential for the creation of neurotransmitters, which is supporting kidney function. So neurotransmitters, if you watch our last video about how to protect your nerves and stuff, if you haven't, after this show, go back and watch that show. Come on, man. That was actually a video. It wasn't a show.
Yeah.
So make sure you go and watch that. But basically, B6 is one vitamin that helps to make or create neurotransmitters, which also support your kidney function. And then there's more.
Yeah, and also B6 also lowers homocysteine levels, which is a risk factor for kidney disease and cardiovascular issues. So B6 has been shown to reduce the risk of kidney stones in women.
That's another
B6.
huge thing. So two big points she has mentioned. The first one is the homocysteine levels. So I'm going to touch on a little bit too. So if your homocysteine levels are higher, you are prone for heart disease and kidney disease. It is just straight as that. We are not making it up. It's a bunch of studies. If you like, go to any medical journal and look for it. Higher homocysteine levels are associated with heart disease and of course kidney disease. And so if you increase your B6 levels, or if you are eating foods that have vitamin B6 in there, you are reducing your homocysteine levels. So you're getting two benefits. Your heart disease risk is going down, and then your kidney disease risk is going down. And so it's definitely very, very important. And then the last point that I also want to support you on is the one that also recent studies have also shown that people who have good sources of vitamin B6 foods don't usually get kidney stones, especially in women. So if you are prone to having kidney stones, which eventually can cause or lead to chronic kidney disease, then you should potentially talk to your doctor and start taking some vitamin B6, because that will help you to reduce your chances of getting eventual, chronic kidney disease, which is CKD. So I think that is another big chunk of benefits that we get from vitamin B6. So
I don't know whether any of us, people watching us, any of you have experienced kidney stones. It's terrible.
It's terrible. A lot of people suffer through that.
Somebody was describing it. You just have to wait for it to pass. And the pain is so bad. That is so painful. So if you don't want that, try and supplement or eat foods that have vitamin B6.
That has foods that have vitamin B6 will help you so that you do not lose all those benefits that we are talking about. Now, since we are all still on the vitamin Bs, we're going to go to the next B vitamin, which is vitamin B9. Oh, come on, man, B9. So we got what? We got B1, B2,
B2,
B6, and B9, right?
Yep.
Yes. So B9 is also called folic acid, or folic, as you may know it, and it is responsible for DNA synthesis and repair, which is vital. So vital for DNA synthesis and also cell growth and function in kidneys. So if your kidneys are going to be able to remake new cells, if you damage some kidney cells and you have to remake them, you need DNA. And that DNA synthesis comes from vitamin B6 help. So if you don't have vitamin B6, B9, you are going to find it difficult to make new cells, or basically make new DNA, because every cell needs a DNA or RNA and all that. So you need B9 or folate to be able to make new cells, viable and vital new cells, to replace old damaged cells that you may have done, whether through acute infection or whatever it is that you did to your kidney. So definitely important stuff there. And there's more.
Yeah, and also I think we mentioned that B6 reduces homocysteine levels, right? B9 also help reduce homocysteine levels. In that case, protecting the kidneys and the cardiovascular system.
My goodness. That's another good point right there. And so that takes us to the, I think this will be the last B vitamin for kidneys. That is B12, also called cobalamin. Sometimes we call it cyanocobalamin. But suffice to say, it's just cobalamin, right? And the functions of B12 for your kidneys is it helps in the synthesis of red blood cells, and it prevents anemia and ensures oxygen delivery to your kidneys. You know, people with kidney disease, chronic kidney ailments, have issues with anemia. A lot of chronically ill patients with kidney, I should say, have anemic problems too, associated anemia. And so if you have enough B12 or cobalamin on board, that helps you overcome the challenge. Even if you still have to take some, iron supplements and stuff, at least with B12 on board, you may be able to overcome most of the challenges that come with chronic kidney disease. That being said, if you don't have kidney disease yet and you want to protect your kidneys, one of the ways is to also have on board enough levels of vitamin B12. And I think in our practice, some of the vitamins we see the most is vitamin D and 12.
B12.
Yeah, B12 and then vitamin D. It's almost everybody in the area that I practice, I should say almost, is on one of these or both. And so it's very important, especially also in kidneys. It also has other importance. I'm going to give to say that too.
So vitamin B12 also supports our nervous system health, reduce neuropathic risk, and aiding in overall kidney health.
Nervous system health, right? Nervous system.
Neuropathic risk.
Yes. And again, if you look on our last video that I posted, it talks about nervous system using vitamin B12. So B12 will help people who have issues with their nerves, whether it is anxiety, whether it is tremors, whatever it is with your nervous system. Supplementing or eating foods rich in vitamin B12 will help you with some of the ailments. So that is just one area linked also to your kidney health. Definitely. And reducing neuropathic pain, nerve pain, for that matter. B12 is another good one for helping your kidney right there. And there's more.
So these vitamins support red blood cells formation.
This is the B's we're talking about, right?
So overall, we can say that B complex.
B complex,
right?
yes.
In order to make it easier for you to remember, because
I was going to say that too. Go ahead.
yes, so because you have the B1, you have the B6, we have the B2, we have the B9, and we talked about B12. So all put together is known as the B complex. So this B complex supports red blood cells formation, energy production, and nerve function. So deficiencies are common in people with chronic kidney disease due to dietary restriction and dialysis loss.
So that means that people who already have chronic kidney disease may have a lot of deficiencies. In other words, they may not have enough of these vitamins on board. Why? Because they may tell, your doctor will tell you, your nutritionist will tell you, don't eat this, only eat that. And because you are being restricted because of your kidney disease, then you don't even have sources of all these. And also people who are already in dialysis, which is, another step in chronic kidney disease, those people may also not have enough of these B vitamins that we're talking about, the B complex. So if you are talking to your doctor or your pharmacist about supplementing on the B vitamins because of kidneys, I would just ask for B complex. We don't expect you to remember all the numbers. You just say, I want vitamin B complex. Well, come on, man. And then that would be something good for you. As a matter of fact, when I found out this was good, I myself talked to my doctor and started taking B complex, even though I don't have any issues with this. But the fact that I know it has a benefit in that regard, it also has a benefit with energy levels and also with stress. If you work in a place where you are stressed, your B vitamins put together called, your B complex would also help you. So that is another recommendation that you can take to your doctor and ask for if it is okay for you. Again, you have to verify with your doctor to make sure they say it's okay before you take them. But it is easy to remember. Say B complex if you don't remember all the numbers. And as we said, take it to the bank. For kidneys, you definitely are going to benefit. If you have diabetes or you have any kidney issues, high blood pressure, and all those things, talk to your doctor because you may be on the entrance point to chronic kidney disease. And so taking a B complex vitamin would potentially begin to help you out right before it gets worse. And you don't need to take the vitamin as a supplement if you can find it in foods, especially if your food is not restricted, you're not diet restricted. But for the most people, we don't eat enough of these foods that we may need to take supplements. That's why we say talk to your doctor if you have to do that. And sauces, I think we mentioned some sauces.
Sources, we have whole grains. So we encourage us to eat grains, but go for the whole grains.
Whole
The
grains.
whole grains. And meat. I think our show, we keep saying that stay away from meat, the red meats, right? But we know that meat is rich in vitamin B complex. It's also found in eggs,
Eggs.
in milk, dairy, and supplements. So we're talking about supplements. When you go to the vitamin section in the pharmacy, you go and you look, you can see, you can find bottles that have this inscription on the vitamin B complex.
Yes.
It's not hard to find. So if you want supplements after talking to your doctor, you can just grab it on the shelf, or make sure that your food, the sources of your food, includes whole grains, eggs, dairy, and meat if you're allowed to eat meat.
Definitely. If you're allowed. I like that. Yeah, I like that. If you are allowed to eat red, because we don't want you to eat red meat. All right, but we have to say, because some people still eat meats, and you can find the sources of the vitamins in there. So now we're going to the next group of foods or vitamins, which we call vitamin C. Vitamin C. So that is another one. I don't know if you want to start that.
Yeah, so vitamin C, the benefit is, as that we all know, is antioxidants. So antioxidant properties that help in reducing oxidative stress and improving your immune function.
Definitely, definitely. Antioxidants do that. They help reduce the oxidative stress and improve your immune function. We're not going to spend too much time on that because we spend a lot of time on the B vitamins. But suffice to say that a vitamin complex or a vitamin diet that is supposed to help your kidneys. If you have kidney disease, or you have high blood pressure, or you have diabetes, and you want to take ahead, you want to think ahead and start protecting your kidneys, would include the B vitamins, vitamin C, and then as we go on, what did we say? The first one, the D, the D,
The
B's,
B, C.
and now the C's. And with that, we can move on. The sources of vitamin C, as we said, I don't know if you mentioned this, the citrus fruits, yeah, oranges, strawberries, bell peppers, any of those big colored fruits, all of them, I should say, have vitamin B, vitamin C in them. So you could definitely benefit from that. Continue.
That's not important.
So we will go on then to the next one. I'm not sure what the next one is going to be, but I'll see in my slide if I can put on my vitamin E. Yes, vitamin E. Come on, man. Vitamin E is going to be the next one. The next one is vitamin. You want to start now?
So vitamin E acts as a powerful antioxidant, protecting tissues from oxidative damage, and has potential cardiovascular benefits. So where can you get vitamin E? I think the sources last time we mentioned, we can find vitamin E in nuts, in seeds, in spinach, and you can just grab it on the shelf as a supplement.
As a supplement after you talk to your doctor, right? My goodness, that's that. So you can grab vitamin E on the shelf if your doctor says so. But if you want to get it naturally, which we encourage you to, then of course those sources that Gifty mentioned, nuts in particular, seeds, spinach. Spinach is everywhere. Nitrates, to get blood flow, to get your arteries widened, everything is in spinach. So you get spinach.
You don't go wrong with spinach,
You can go
right?
wrong with spinach, Spinach, nuts, and seeds. Those will give you good sources of vitamin E, and you will be on point. Now, vitamin E supplementation can slow progression of kidney disease or kidney failure due to its properties that Gifty has mentioned, the antioxidant properties. And we have several studies that we wanted to mention, but it's not of no use, as Gifty said. We won't mention the studies, but suffice to say that if you want to protect your kidneys, include sources of vitamin E for your own benefit. Now we go to the next one. Honest that there.
Yeah, so the next one, I think that will be the last one. The fifth one is vitamin K.
Vitamin K for you. Come on, man. K, K, K. Vitamin K is yours right there. All right.
So
Let's
vitamin
go.
K is essential for blood clotting and maintaining bone health. It plays a role in preventing vascular calcification and promoting cardiovascular health.
All right.
So the sources of vitamin K we can find in leafy green vegetables, which include spinach that we just mentioned, broccoli, and supplements over the counter.
My goodness. Supplements also over the counter. Vitamin K for you. And again, vitamin K deficiency can contribute to poor bone health and also increases in heart problems. Apart from its benefits in your kidneys, studies have shown that. So, taking foods rich in vitamin K is a good thing for you. The only thing you should keep in mind, though, especially if you want to grab vitamin K off the shelf, which I don't suspect you can find because I barely see them, you got to talk to your doctor because they can interact with blood thinners. If you're on warfarin and you are doing vitamin K and your doctor doesn't know, you can easily clot. So you don't want to be taking anything over the counter, and not just warfarin, of course, any of those anticoagulants or blood thinners. You shouldn't just be reaching out there and taking vitamin K. I would rather get it from my food sources so that you don't stand a chance of getting any harm anywhere. So that is that for you for vitamin K.
And you mentioned that if you are on maybe committing the blood thinners, right? Sometimes they are encouraged to stay away from leafy greens because of that property. It can clot your blood.
Yeah.
So,
But the thing with those is that if you stick to a constant diet, they will adjust your dose around it. So if you eat greens and you tell your doctor that I'm eating this cabbage, I'm eating this spinach all the time, they will increase your dose of the warfarin so that it will take care of it. So for that reason, you don't have to be scared. That's why I didn't want to mention because some people can be scared. Be worried about not eating the greens. If you eat your greens, and you are taking a blood thinner, just let your doctor know, or whoever is taking care of your blood thinning, or whoever does your clinic and stuff, check your INR levels, whoever does them, let them know, and they will formulate your dose around it so that you won't clot or anything like that. So that's it. If you are not taking anything like that, you don't need to worry about all this because you probably don't know what we're talking about. All right. So the next thing I think we are going to be doing about is we're going to be talking about some of the other kidney health practices. So we talked about all the top five vitamins for your kidney health. The B vitamins. Let's go over. We got vitamin D, the B complex, which is all the B vitamins we mentioned. We talked about what again?
Vitamin C. Then we
And
talked
then
about
K,
vitamin
and then
K
E.
and the E.
So that's a bunch of vitamins right there. So D, B, C, K, and E. That's 5. But the B alone is a complex of multiple vitamins. So these vitamins, if you are good on, your kidneys will thank you for them. Oh, come on, man. But here we are right now on the next point that we said that some other kidney practices that we will have to do. You can take all those vitamins and still touch your liver if your kidney, if you are doing the wrong things. And the first thing is if you are not drinking water, you are not hydrated. If you are not hydrated, those vitamins will not do enough for you. So the first kidney practice that we want to promote is hydration. Oh, come on, man. My goodness. Hydration. You cannot drink more water than is needed. It's always harder to drink more than to drink in excess. And so, I don't know if you found out any information about how much people should
How
drink
much
a day.
water? I think it varies. So with the little research I made, it's like around 6 to 8 cups a day, depending on your weight. I think some sources also talk about dividing how much you weigh over 2 in pounds. Then whatever answer you get is going to be in ounces. So if you weigh 160, you divide it by 2, it means that you have to be able to consume 80 ounces
80
of
ounce.
water
Oh, come on, man.
in a day. So to make it easier, I think they put it in a glass of water. So if you can consume 6 to 8 glass of water a day, it means that you are hydrating enough. That is not going to lead to you touching your kidney,
Your
like you
kidneys.
said, right?
Definitely. Hydration. I remember pharmacy school. Uh, the professor that taught us, he made it like a rhyme. He said that for kidneys, it's hydration,
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 hydration.
hydration.
Just
Yeah.
like we say in real estate, location,
Location, location.
location, location, right? Kidneys is hydration, hydration, hydration. We cannot stress it enough. So if you are not drinking enough water, you're already putting yourself at a disadvantage on kidney health. You are definitely not doing right. You got to drink water. You got to drink water. Apart from your kidneys, water is needed for all other various things in your body. Even to be regular, to not get constipated, you need water. For your blood volume to be on point, you need water. Because blood is mostly water. And so if you are not drinking water, you are hurting yourself, and especially your kidneys. Because the kidney uses water as a medium of transporting all these toxins that we need to excrete. And if you don't drink, then your kidney halts everything because there's no way it can clear. And all the toxins that need to move away from your kidneys, it gets stuck there, and they are going to make you have worse outcomes in terms of kidney function. So hydration, we cannot stress it enough. Just drink as much water as you can. If you drink and your body says, oh ho, then you know that you have done some. But you drink and you don't feel like you drank. You got to keep drinking. Keep. Last time we had I think we had a strategy that we said have a bottle of water by your side all the time. We don't say buy water. You can have a bottle of water like this gentleman we are showing on our screen. Your own water, you fill it up, and your water is back. You have it on your bedside. Some people go to bed without water. Go to bed with water. If you wake up to pee, you got to wake up to drink. Oh, come on, man. Let your body be refreshed with the clean water that you drink, and pee out all the toxins in the day that you ate, the drinks that you drank. Get water, on your side wherever you are. You're cooking, kitchen is hot. Have a bottle of water by the side, or at least draw some water from the fridge. You are running, have a bottle of water. You are exercising, have a bottle of water. You are at work in the office, have a bottle of water. You got to have water with you everywhere you are, so that the little feeling of thirst can be quenched by that water. And I think you also explained last time about how to make water drinkable. You can put a slice of what? Lemon or
Yeah.
lime or whatever it is,
Or strawberry,
just to kind of give it taste.
citrus, yeah, orange juice.
Yeah.
Orange, yeah.
Orange, not the juice.
Orange.
Oh, come on, man.
The fruits.
Don't drink orange juice and say that they want me to drink fluids. Yeah, we know orange juice is fluid, but the sugar that we are taking is not what we want. So eat a real orange and then drink water on top. Make the juice in your body. Oh, come on, man. Make the juice in the stomach by yourself, So definitely increase your water intake. And again, another technique of making sure you are hydrated enough. If you can do a slice of lemon or lime in your water, you can drink plain water. That doesn't help. Maybe use your water in tea. Maybe you can drink tea. No sugar added tea. Don't use it to cheat. Come on, man. No sugar. No sugar. A glass of tea with every meal. If you're in the office and they have a Keurig or some kind of a coffee machine, you can make light coffee. You just want to get fluids in all the time. You should never run dry on water, because that is in fact more medicine than all the vitamins we have said. If your kidney is stressed because of dehydration, you are putting it under undue pressure and undue damage. Chronically, you are going to destroy it. So hydration, remember that I said that when I was in college, my professor said hydration, hydration, hydration. So that's what you got to do. And the
Yeah,
next one,
I
unless you
think
want to add
before, yeah.
anything.
So I think during the warm season, like summertime, your chance of drinking is very high because you feel thirst. So you will. It may be easier for you to just drink water throughout the day. So, like you were saying about tea, maybe in the winter time when it's cold, sometimes you don't feel thirst. You don't feel thirsty at all. So then the tea and the green tea and the healthy teas come in so that throughout the day you are hydrating with tea or something warm to keep you hydrated. So warm season you can do cold water or water in bottled water throughout the day. Maybe cold season you can try to supplement with healthy teas that will also help hydrating.
Definitely. Come on, man. Come on, man. And the other thing, before we move on from hydration, from to people, I know some preachers watch our channel, and we also want to recommend that for a preacher or anybody who prays, you always have to have a bottle of water by your side. You speak, you are, a public speaker, you are a teacher, you are a preacher, you are a prayer warrior. Your friend must be water. I'm not saying you are thirsty. No, you may not be thirsty, but because of how much you're speaking, you are basically losing a lot of water through the vapor that comes out. And your body's only way of restoring that is by taking in water. So preachers and prayer people and teachers and anybody who speaks or who does any strenuous job of work for that matter, you must be consciously drinking water. I've seen people who pray for hours and there's no water. You are touching your kidneys because you are getting dehydrated with the up and down movements of prayer and the fact that you're opening your mouth. You are expelling a lot of water as you speak and pray. You got to intake water to refresh your kidneys. And especially when you are praying and you are yelling or screaming, you are putting undue pressure also on your back, on your kidneys. And the only thing that helps keeps those healthy is to refresh yourself with water. And so that is a cheap thing for a lot of our preachers and pastors who watch us on our show. Definitely make sure that water is your friend. You pick up your closet, your Bible. You want to go to a closet to pray. You got to pick up that water bottle also, and go hand in hand. As you pick up the Bible, you pick up your water bottle. You pick up. You're called to speak. Our church, we do good. We have a place you put your
Most
bottle of water.
churches do, yeah.
Most churches do. Make sure that you are drinking. It's not for
For sure.
decoration. You got to drink. And I'm not saying just preachers. Anybody who speaks or prays for over any extended period, as long as even for 30 minutes, you still need to be drinking water to refresh you. Right now, I feel like I'm drinking my water, but my bottle is empty right here. My glass is empty. So right after the show, I'm hitting up on my water. Lead by example, right? I have my cup right here. It's just empty. So I'm telling you, we drink. We got to drink because we know how good it is, to drink your water. Next thing, before we get caught with time, the next practice that we also want you to do, or we recommend, you don't have to do it, is to cut back on sodium. Oh, come on, man. Sodium is another big enemy of your kidneys. I don't know what anybody will say, but if you are one person who is always increasing your, if you are eating a lot of salty foods, your food is always rich in salt. I'm talking about salt. You know what I'm. Yeah, you are eating the fries. You are eating the pizzas. You are eating the canned foods. Some of the salt you don't even taste the saltiness, but the sodium has been used to preserve them. You are eating processed foods of all kinds. You are taking in a lot of salt. Chips, whether it's baked or not. Yeah, salted peanuts. We like peanuts, but you got to take the one that says unsalted. Unsalted. That's the way to go. Whatever food you are taking, develop the habit of reading the label and see how much sodium is in there. If you have two different packaging, two different prices, what you should choose is not the one that is cheap. What you should choose is the one that has less sodium because that's the more quality one. The one that has less sodium is the one with quality. So look on the labels and ensure that you're choosing less sodium, because sodium is bad for your kidney health. If you already have diagnosed chronic kidney issues and you are eating sodium like you don't care, you are making your kidney even work more and damaging it further. So that is another thing. I don't know if you have anything to add.
No, let's continue.
All right. So with that, then, and remember, we also talked about sodium, cutting sodium when you have high blood pressure. It works hand in hand. Your sodium levels are high, your pressure is going up, and guess what? When your pressure is high, your kidney is going. High blood pressure is linked to kidney destruction. And so cutting sodium helps hand in hand, whether your pressure is already high or you already have kidney problems. You got to cut down that sodium. All right, so we can go to the next one.
So, like, in order to keep your kidney healthy, we also encourage you to manage your blood pressure. I think you touched on it. So, if you know you have high blood pressure, you have to find ways and means to manage it, meaning you have to check it to know where you are. You have to eat the right foods, cutting down sodium, like we've mentioned, in order to make sure that your blood pressure stays on point. If you've been given medication, that process of going through, like, oh, I don't remember, I forgot to take it, I forgot to refill it, I forgot to follow up with my doctor. If you do that, you are not managing your blood pressure. And if your blood pressure is not managed, it means that your kidneys are also going down. So you have to make sure that you manage your blood pressure.
Definitely. You got to manage your pressure if you want to keep your kidneys healthy. And then the last but not the least practice for your kidney health is to make sure that you are managing your blood sugar levels, your blood glucose level. We probably should do a show just for the practices later on. But we want to make sure that if you spend all this time to watch the vitamins, we don't want you to go and then lose your kidney for these practices that you didn't do. So if you are going to, listen to us and adjust your diet and include all those vitamins, then you might as well follow us on these recommendations too, so that it will be complete. And that is why it is important to mention that if your blood sugar levels are high, your doctor told you that you may be pre-diabetic, or your doctor told you that, hey, watch out, you have a family history of diabetes, and you seem not to care, you better start watching, because as soon as you have uncontrolled blood sugars, because I know some diabetics who are doing pretty good at controlling their blood sugar, so it's not a death sentence to your kidneys. But if you do not manage it, if you have it, or you don't have diabetes and you just push yourself into it, then of course you are going to put yourself at a risk of getting kidney problems, and that is what we don't want you to get. So definitely manage, your blood sugar levels in order to ensure that your kidneys are staying alive and healthy for you. And I'm not sure if we have anything else. I think that's about the last thing that we wanted to say. So yes, if you are watching this later on after the live, don't forget to share. Don't forget to add hit the subscribe button. If you are watching on TikTok, don't forget to hit the follow and the like and the thumbs up, and make sure you join our YouTube family, which is the same name you are watching us on from TikTok, so that you can see the full extent of our presentation. In fact, in our presentation, you don't just see us like you see in it. You see a lot of slides that we show on YouTube. So make sure you join us on YouTube and subscribe. We also have other videos that are released for the most part every Thursday. That is not live, and hopefully you can enjoy those too. But apart from that, I think we are done, right?
We're done.
So we are thankful to you for staying on with us and watching and enjoying yourself, and hopefully you'll make the right choices with the vitamins that we have talked about. Vitamin D, the B1, B2, B6, B9, and B12, and the vitamin C, K, and E. And then also all these practices that we have mentioned. And until we see you again next week, when we go to our social channel about the whole life channel, where we talk about social issues. That one is not health. That's also fun. We say that,
Beloved, we wish above all things that you prosper and be in health, even as your soul prospers.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you.
God bless.